I am Margaret Lowe. I'm president of AtlanticLIVE, and it is wonderful to see such a full house this morning in this extraordinary venue. You are here for the second annual edition of the Future of Work, Atlanta. It feels so right to be here in Tech Square for this conversation, a community of innovation where students and budding entrepreneurs work alongside Fortune 500 companies to create the future. Our purpose this morning is to understand what that future holds, the future of work. I'm going to start by painting a picture of the landscape today, just to put a few things in context. So bear with me because I'm going to share a few numbers. 150 million Americans are in the workforce. 2 out of 3 of those Americans work in the service sector, with healthcare, education leading the way, followed by business, retail, and manufacturing. Nearly 15 million Americans are self-employed, 10% of the workforce. On average, women earn 83 cents on the dollar compared to men, and these wage gaps are exacerbated by race and class. Millennials now make up the largest generation in the workforce, and we are seeing an uptick in the number of older workers too. Some because they want to continue to work, others because they haven't saved enough to retire, and given their precarious circumstances, can't stop working. We're here to understand the who, what, where, when, and why behind those numbers. Who is working? What are we doing? Where are we working? When do we work? And why? And now the how. How is all this changing? For generations, Americans have defined themselves by what they do. Access to a good education, a good job, and being able to provide for our families were the essential building blocks of what we always called the American dream. But that story is evolving with rapid disruptions in technology, globalization, and the changing economy. And these factors have left many Americans uncertain about the future, what the future holds, and prompt questions about how we're preparing, educating, and training our workers. We're here in Atlanta because this city embodies what is happening across the country. Some of the biggest companies in the world are here. Traditional industry sits side by side with startups. There is a diverse economic base and a diverse workforce, and this city has a thriving educational institutions of all shapes and sizes. I do want to thank our underwriters, Lumina Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, and Georgia Power for making today possible. We could not do this without you. Before we get rolling, a few practical notes. Please silence your cell phones, but don't put them away. We are on Twitter. So modern, all one word. We would love you to join the conversation using the hashtag FutureWork2017. Again, that's one word. And we'd love you to join the conversation in the room, too. We're going to have time for your questions throughout the morning. It's power-packed. I'm sorry, I'm popping a little bit.
Good man.
The coffee will be free-flowing. Don't hesitate to get up and grab a cup along the way. And there will be a stretch break, too. To kick us off, we'll begin with what's happening right here in Atlanta. For that conversation, it is my great pleasure to welcome the mayor of this city, Kasim Reed.
Hi.
Mayor, good morning, Mayor. And here to lead the conversation, my colleague, Steve Clemens, the Atlantic's Washington editor-at-large.